Good morning guys, welcome to the channel. Today is where we start sowing chickpeas. So the dear old comma here is full of chickpeas. Better line him up, let's hope the brakes work. And yes, so that's full of chickpeas. We've got to put a bit of inoculant on it. So that is a coating that goes on the seed as it goes in, and when it goes into the ground, it actually, some way magic happens and it inoculates the seed to produce nitrogen, which chickpeas is a legume, so it will produce nitrogen, but yeah, it just needs the inoculant on it. I don't know the details, but it's basically magic. Hey Brad.
What's that?
Inoculant, it's magic, makes it produce nitrogen. It's exactly what it is.
Magic beans.
Different kind. Which way's the wind going? The wind's going this way. We should be pretty well right to just fill this up. We'll need to calibrate it and then we'll head down. The lease block is only 10 or 12 k's from here, so it's not very far. Yeah, we'll get into it. There's about nearly 350 hectares to do there, so hopefully a good 3-4 days and we should be done. Well, for calibrating, what we do is it'd be nice to have a bit bigger tub to fit just all of it in one, but anyway, that's not what we got. So once Brad toots the horn, we'll lift it up and he'll start calibrating. So it'll measure a set amount into these buckets, then we weigh it, and then that's what we enter into the computer, and then it knows exactly how much is going out. So very important job. Don't tell me it's just had a new battery in it. Oh, so what the? I guess someone probably did that to save the battery from going flat. Phil, hey?
You should both hands.
Yeah, no, surely you need a third hand. Right, we should have a bit of screen now. Righto, pour away. What number are we looking for? That's a bit more than 2.8.
4.97. Righto, chuck that in there and then get ready again. I'll go again.
And we do this a couple of times, but I don't think you want to see that. Righto, well that's calibrated spot on. Brad's just going to run it through and we'll check all that the seed's coming out where it should. Beautiful. Righto, I think we're ready to head down. Hopefully find plenty of moisture, but chickpeas you can go really deep, like 6-7 inches, probably more, 8 inches, but we hopefully don't need to go that deep. Well, Josiah's just opened up the paddock. He's on his way back, I think, because yeah, we don't have all the templates for the GPS are in the Challenger. We're just doing a bit of mucking around trying to figure out the right heading, but yeah, I think there's plenty of moisture here, plenty of straw cover. It's a little bit cloddy, but yeah, chickpeas, it's good. You can just jam them in. Don't have to, as long as it's in the moisture, they'll come up from a fair depth. So there's one there. So that's under the press wheel. It's quite nice. That's the hard layer. There's another one. So it's about about an inch over the seed, so it could, yeah, that'd be enough to bring it up. It could go deeper if we were worried too. But what's the chief seed checker think?
Oh yeah, that's a good chickpea.
That's a fat one, isn't it?
No, it's
fat rock. It's about an inch down, I found, but
yeah,
under the hard
varying
bit.
to an inch to 2 inches of moisture. So for being such a big seed, they're hard to find. There's the fertiliser.
Fertiliser, you'd think the seed would be right there.
We'll work out whether we Kelly chain behind it just to help seal it in a bit, or whether we keep it as is.
Because I guess the concern is with it cloddy like this, bit of wind and air can get down in there and dry it up a bit. But
being such, there's one there. Being such a big seed, they take a bit to wet up.
Want good moisture. Well, I think the other thing that's going to happen is we might get cracking on the sprayer. We thought, because we sprayed this not long ago and it hasn't really rained, we thought we'd get away without a spray possibly, but there's just the odd little one, so I think we're going to just run over it quickly with the sprayer just to make sure. Yeah, that might be the plan. That might be what I'm doing for the day. And just like that, I'm apparently spraying today. It's kind of one of the good things about farming, I guess, is you don't really know what you're doing all the time, particularly when you got a few different ones. Like if you're just by yourself, I guess you kind of have an idea what you're doing, but Brad and Phil are the ones that call the shots pretty much. So yeah, that means I've got plenty of spare brain power to make videos, which is good. I enjoy that, so they can be stressed out, and Dad and I will be carefree. It's looking good. A little bit of dramas with stubble, it looks. You can see little piles and that, but that's to be expected. It's all a bit laid down and yeah, a bit of a mess, but it's yeah, once you can get it, it's currently looking good there in the row sowing, but it's just tricky. Last year we were having issues, particularly down this end, with the same thing, so the rows that have actually been planted here are a little bit yeah, not as straight as they could be for inter-row sowing, but that's just how it happens. You do what you got to do to get the crop in when you're trying to get the crop in. Well, just like that, I got this paddock done. We can do all this. It's about 107 hectares or so, and I can do it all in one load with the rogator. Well, looks like I'm going to get a bit of an early mark. So it's about 5 o'clock. I think it's all sorted. Phil and Josiah just filled up. Going to put another load out, so that'll be another 3.5, 4 hours maybe. Yeah, I think it's doing a great job. I think might have just knocked it down about half an inch, gone a little bit deeper. And yeah, just to be certain. Anyway, it's just an absolute lovely evening. It's just, yeah, you never get sick of this really. Quite often through winter we'll have afternoons like this or evenings like this. It's just very, very pleasant weather. It's very slight breeze, beautiful sunsets. It's yeah, you don't get sick of it. But anyway, I'm gonna go home. Might be able to go home and have dinner with the kids and my wife. Better say that one too.
Well, g'day guys, and we're back working on Tiny Tot today. So I've got Johnny helping me over there. Well, he did most of it actually. I just rocked up. We got issues with the we think the right breaker's dragging, particularly when it's got hot. So what we're doing, the plan today is we've got oil change. He was looking very average. We're doing a filter. That's for the transmission, I should clarify. I've got some pressure gauges. Where have I got them? I got some gauges, but I needed to buy some fittings. Can't find them. Anyway, they're here somewhere. And then we'll run the gauges on there and just make sure we've got pressures. And hopefully it's just a case of the oil was a bit old and filter was a bit blocked maybe. And if not, we'll just have to, next step will be shim it up, get our pressures right. And if that doesn't work, well, we might have pump issues. So we'll just going through the process. So I'll keep you updated. In a way, they're not as fun to work on. Especially, I'll take you up here in the hellhole. Oh, it's all very, yeah, no way you're fitting in that sucker. You can just reach your hand down there. That's about the best you can do. Righty-o, well, we got those are going here. Put the oil in and we just got our gauges. So Johnny, do you want to just pull the lever back again? So here we're on the brake side. So how it works is the left lever or the right lever. This is the one we're diagnosing. As he pulls it back, it drops pressure. It's got to come back to, I think it was 10 or 30 psi. So with the brake system, it what it does is it's pressure release. So when there's no oil flow, the brake is locked on. So it's got springs that lock the brake on, and then when you start the engine, the pump gets going and creates pressure. So, and that releases your brake. So that's why as he's got the lever on now, we're back to what, 20 psi. So we're getting close. And then as he lets the lever go, do you want to let the lever off? And then that'll build the pressure up, which is releasing our brake pressure on that right steer. What we might do is check the pressure of the other ones and then make a decision. So that read exactly the same.
Oh yeah?
So next one we'll try the pump pressure, I think, eh? I don't have a lot of specs on that one, so I'll see what we can find. So what the story is here, got me, this is the spring here, and that pushes up on your spool valve. That gives you your maximum pressure for your right brake. So I've pulled that bung out, it sits in like that. So what you do is you put those shims in here, got different thicknesses. I think that one gives you about 17 psi improvement. That's a 1.6 mil. The real thin one, 10th hour one, or 0.25 gives you what, 2 psi or something. So if you look at that, that is very thick. So I would reckon the pump is quite possibly sad. So I'm just going to measure the overall thickness. So what I want to do is I'm going to try and increase the pressure by maybe another 15 psi, 20 psi. So I'll need another 1.6 mil washer. I'll come back and we'll get some washers. Oh, we're back. I've got the I found a washer here that's the right thickness. Not quite the right diameter, but because it's so thick, I'm just going to put it down the bottom and hide that one. No one will ever know. Will they, Johnny?
No.
No one will ever find that out. Especially if Matt edits this out. And the other thing, we've just got to make sure the spring's okay, looks okay. Hopefully the pressure's up a bit. I think I left the torch down here. Oh, it's up top, is it?
Unless you grabbed it.
Yeah, no, I've got it here. Oh. Just kick a leg every few minutes just to let everyone think you're still working. Gotta love our concrete floor too. Come on, darling. Come on, darling. Don't be like that. There we go. Now, because it's got to be a fair bit of spring pressure, she's... So we're going to start her up and see how we go. So we end up lifting it by about 10 psi. So we got up 10 psi. I think we might put the belly guard back on, test that, see if it works. If it's still giving trouble, we may order some new springs. They might have lost their zazz a bit. Rightio, we've left the pressure gauges on the right brake, and we're just going to see what happens. We've sent Johnny off, and we'll see what the pressures do as it heats up, because that's when the light's been going off. It's been giving trouble. But what he's been doing while I'm driving now, I'll show you, is he's been pushing those little windrows up, and they've got, just trying to get all the surface rock, or the big surface rock off. And then we're, if you have a look down there, they're all just little ones that the rock picker's going to be able to come along very easily. It's just over there. We'll go over to a bad section in a bit, and I'll show you. The plan is with the excavator, when we get the it going and the dump truck, we'll with our sieve bucket, we're going to we'll sieve all the dirt out, grab the rock, take her off the paddock and put her in big piles for the moment. Eventually it'll go into waterways and that stop erosion. It's pretty interesting because it's only mostly surface rock here. So we get this off and there's really good dirt underneath. So this is a project for another day. We're just trying to get the stuff we're farming at the moment. Since we haven't had rain for a while, things are turning pretty dry. We probably won't be able to put our organic wheat in yet. So where Johnny's going is our organic country. So we'll have to wait for rain to sow. So we may as well be pushing some rocks up. Make it a bit easier on the planter and the header. There's rumours going around that I may be hard on headers or combines with rocks. Haven't had a good run, to be honest. But that's a big sucker there. Those ones here, like, that's my foot. So that'd be 40 kilos there. Yeah, you don't want to be hitting them in the header. But anyway, you don't want to listen to me rambling on. We'll see old Johnny working here. We just got him started a couple of days ago. So this is his training ground. So you can see the stubble is blocking the fingers up a bit, but he's still getting most of the big rocks. Yeah, so I just checked in with Johnny and the pressure's dropped a little bit, as you'd expect, as it warms up, but overall nothing major yet, so we'll get him to keep going. But just thought I'd show you, this is some of the work the boys have been doing. Johnny and our Uncle Ian's been helping out, Josiah's been doing a bit. Very solid, the rock through here, so you can see all the windrows. So anyway, here's some of Brad's ramblings for the day. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for your comments and your feedback. It's great to see. Farewell, we'll see you next time.